All right, everyone. Well, it's about 10 of 9, so we're coming up to the top of the hour, and it is so far kind of slow Monday morning here. Overall market rallying. We've got a gap up in the overall market, which is good. So we're on a little bit of a bear market rally. Obviously, our low of year was this day right here, which is a huge green candle. So it's kind of funny because, obviously it's a low of year, and then you have a huge bounce off that level. But, let's not get too excited. We've seen some candles like that before, like right here on this gap down. And then obviously this one here. So these are sort of similar candles, making a new low on a gap down, opening low, and then surging high. So yeah, we're in a little bit of a bear market rally. So this is the low of the market for now. And today we're gapping up a little bit. So as we move higher, you've got 380 right here. Breaking over 380 would be a short-term pivot for stair-stepping up for a little bit, 379. And then your next level would be like 390. And then the 200 moving average is 405. So, just the same as pullbacks to the 200 in a bull market, pops up to the bear market in a bear market. Pops up to the 200 in a bear market are sort of your first target. So that's the overall market. On the gap scanner, our leading gapper is PCVX. This one is a 45 million share float. Sorry, PCVX, 45 million share float. It's up 80%. Price is a little higher, and the liquidity isn't very good on it. If you look at the level 2, you'll see that you've got fairly large spreads. It's easy to borrow. And with one order, all of a sudden, the price changes very quickly. So, right now it's kind of holding here. But just like that, it drops down to 22, right? That's a 40-cent drop. And it wasn't very many orders that went through. So poor liquidity, that would make it hard to size in with a big position and hard to get out with a big position. So that would be a tricky one to trade. But the float being higher, the price being higher, those are all reasons that it's not an A quality setup. So that is not A quality, unfortunately. All right, so that's the leading gapper, PCVX. Second leading gapper is MOTS, MOTS, whatever you want to call it. I took one trade on it, and I lost $153. I jumped in on this algo spike right here at about like 195 average. It goes up to 201 and then dropped down to 185. And when it came back up, I kind of stopped out as it started dropping at like 87 and 88, and then sold some more at 91, 94. The low was 85. It surprisingly ended up doing a 1-minute micro pullback or bull flag for that move there up to 223. And I didn't get back in. It kind of burned me once, and I said, no, I don't think I'm going to go back in for that one. So that's that. Second leading gapper, ISPC. This one must have just a tick that went through that's putting it on the scan, but it's very light volume. Let's see. What was yesterday's close? So, okay, I think the problem here, you've got a 40-cent spread, right? 140 by 180. So, yeah, I see it up 11% on my other feed also. All right, so going to disregard that one. SCHL. Repurchase of 75 million shares. For not less than 35 a share and not more than 40 a share. Okay. Interesting. We'll watch the top of the hour at 9 a.m. See if there's any fresh headlines that hit. Mullen, MULN. Yeah, it's a penny stock. It's moving higher, but and it, penny stocks were moving a bit last week, but I'm just not sure. High there, 47 cents. Not much interest right now. NOVN, cheaper. APCX, cheaper. Good call. Nice. Good job. I agree. So Manoli says he got one trade on MOTS, $1,200, and he's closing up for the day. He doesn't like the price action, not enough gappers. Chris up about 1,100 on the short side on MOTS, coming back down. Nice, good work. So, I mean, what can you do? There's not a lot of gappers this morning. So, PCVX, I looked at it earlier, and the reason I didn't take a trade on it earlier was because I thought the liquidity was poor. So I was watching it as it squeezed up here from 32 up to 36, but I didn't feel like I could take a decent sized position. So one of the things I sometimes think is if I can't take a good position, I don't really want to mess up taking just a small, like why even bother taking a small position in a way? If I can't, make good money on it, just trying to get a small winner doesn't feel worth it because every trade carries risk, of course, and every trade becomes my focus. So if I'm spending my time focusing on something that's not really easy and is choppy, then I'm that could cost me by missing something that's actually better that pops up while I'm in that trade. So, I mean, in hindsight, obviously it did make a nice move right in here, but I wasn't watching it that early. This was this breakout right here at 31. That was at like, it was at 8:30, but I just wasn't looking at it at that time. Again, the price is a little higher, the float's a little higher. So typically it's not what I'm going to go for. That's just typically. Now, HUDI, let's check the float on that one. HUDI, oops. Float is 3.2 million shares. Price is higher, but it's got the lower float. So this is one where the moves are going to be much bigger. So on this one, I might take, the risk on it. So I would expect bigger moves with the lower float. PCVX, not bad considering the float, not bad at all. But yeah, HUDI made this move on Friday from $40 up to 68. So solid. Chinese stock, right? So we've just seen this trend with these Chinese stocks making big moves. Okay, top of the hour coming up here. So a couple stocks I have on side charts, HUDI and AMV. AMV, just in case we have a day where we get news on it. I think it's due for a bounce. So just keeping the chart up in case I see it starting to, fly, I can jump on it quickly. All right, so top of the hour, watching, let's see, gap scan pretty much unchanged. News on PSHG, cheaper stock, 33 cents. I don't think so, Jack. DLPN, NFT stock. Same with TCAT. Not much interest in those. So the last time PCVX went sideways like this, it had a red flush and then bounced off that level. But it's starting to look a little bit like a head and shoulders pattern, right? Nice job, Jack. Good work. So we had such a great time at the Trader Summit that I hosted last week. I already have the next one scheduled. So that's going to be coming up soon, and you guys will be able to tune in through the virtual broadcast. So we'll have one more this year, and then the next one will be in February. So we'll try to do them every other month for a little bit. So we'll do some different groups of traders, but some will come back also. Wanting to give you guys a chance to sort of have a glimpse into the day-to-day routine of a few other traders who are doing quite well, who are consistent, who have something valuable to offer you guys. And we'll have all, if you remember during COVID, during sort of the lockdown, a number of days I had guests on the morning show. So I think I'll try to get back into that routine of having guests join me on the morning show. I was going to have Jess join me today, but he's out this morning. He had to bring his dog to the vet. So that happens. Of course, it's unfortunate, but hopefully he's doing okay. And yeah. So anyways, we're always working on trying to give you guys the best experience and making some improvements. And on that note, that reminds me, for those tuning in on YouTube, we are retiring our Warrior Pro All Access membership in November. We're changing our pricing structure in November. So this would be your last chance to be grandfathered in as a Warrior Pro All Access member. So that'll be using the coupon code SPOOKY40 for Halloween. So this is final call, last sale for Warrior Pro All Access. So making a pivot in November as we change our pricing structure. So that's something we'll keep you guys tuned in on. And we've got some other things coming in later this year. We've got charts. That'll be a new edition coming in December. That's the plan right now. Right now, all access includes scanners, mentor sessions, ultra low latency broadcasts. It includes all access includes all of the trading tools, and it includes all of the educational classes. But we're going to separate those moving forward. So when someone joins the educational classes, there'll be a one-time membership fee to be in the classes, and then they'll have to pay on a monthly basis for all of the market data services they're using. So it won't be an all access membership anymore. But Warrior members, you're grandfathered in to your current membership, your current offering, what's currently included. And of course, we always communicate with you guys when we're going to make changes to that. So we made a change about a year ago, no, 2 years ago, where we swapped out one of the things you had, and we gave you a different offering, which is when we launched our scanners. Well, small caps have been underperforming naturally. They're a very volatile sector. So, uh, you know, when you have a hot market, small caps can do quite well. They can outperform the overall market because they're so volatile. But then in a weaker market, people go to safer investments for longer term. So we usually see them underperform as a sector. However, that doesn't change the fact that we still have one-off opportunities here and there where you have, a stock like HUDI that ends up going up 50% in one afternoon. So we continue to see those types of opportunities. Although, obviously as as the market changes, we always look for where we have opportunity. Yeah, and by the way, any current Warrior members that do want to use the 40% off coupon code to extend your current membership, you're welcome to do that. That's totally fine. It's not just for new people joining. You can do a renewal as well, or to extend out your membership. So we've got about 20 minutes to the opening bell. So you got the break of VWAP there, but will it hold over VWAP? That's certainly the question. VWAP is at $2. Hey, Marcella, how you doing? Good morning. Nice, good job. So MOTS is holding VWAP for the time being. PCVX moving up a little bit. High of that candle was 38.15. High was on a bit of a topping tail candle, double top at 38. So that resistance is not too far away. MOTS, false breakout there on the 1. So leading gapper, PCVX, second leader, MOTS. Yeah, TCDA gapping down 90%, 93%, 94%. Bad news overnight. Biotech stock, pharma stock. So huge gap down. There's a theory to buying the dip for a bounce, but it just doesn't fit super well within my strategy right now. MOTS, well, we'd like to see it hold over volume weight average price, right? So VWAP is $2. MF, way below VWAP right now. Not sure. Max, Hamang, do you guys have anything on watch? Got about 12 minutes to the opening bell. So Max says nothing for him this morning, just waiting for volume to come in, looking for volume. Okay. Good call. So one of the things we were talking about during the summit is when the market is cold, trying to keep yourself basically ready to strike when something presents itself. So keeping yourself from having big drawdowns, because when you have big drawdowns, you start to have to size down your account and get really conservative. When that happens, then when things do rally, you're not able to step up to the plate because your account's too small. So keeping yourself in a position where you are ready to strike means really having the discipline to not overtrade, low quality setups, just to sit tight, to wait, to watch, trade with smaller size until we get that one that starts to look good, right? With smaller size, even if you do have some losses, they're smaller, relatively speaking. And if you have some winners, that's great too. But keeping really light on your toes until we see something that starts to really prove some strength. Overtrading in a particularly cold market is not really a good idea. Now, overtrading when the market's hot, you can still give back profit over trading, but it's going to be more forgiving when the market's really hot because you will have occasional, big moves in the afternoon and things like that. So MOTS right here back at VWAP. Dip trade for me there at 201 for a bounce off VWAP. Looked to me like there was a hidden buyer on MOTS. So bought at 201 cost basis. And we'll see if it bounces through 206. You can see how it's a bottoming tail candle right there. So high of the last candle was 206. So 206 needs to break on MOTS. There's 204 on the ask. 206 would be an add spot for me. Added right there to anticipate the break of 206. Now let's see if we go up to 207, 208. Added at 206 right there. So added at 204, 206. There's 206. Let's see if we get back to 210. 2.6 on the ask. Flat at 203, $100. Still down 50 on it. In that kind of setup, what you could see there was a hidden seller at 206 and it wasn't breaking. So there was a hidden seller right there and it just wasn't breaking. The first 5-minute candle to make a new high, although it's at 206 now, I wouldn't get back in at 206. I like the entry at 201, but since I added at 204 and 206, cost basis is higher. It needs to go to 210, 212, 215 right away. HUDI. Yep, nice move on it yesterday, Friday. PEGY. Yeah, well, so you've got the candle yesterday, Friday, had the high of about 584, but then it pulled back. So I don't think it looks that good right here. Oh, it looks like MOTS broke below VWAP. So we've got about 5 minutes to the opening bell. Not much moving right in the pre-market session, but we'll keep trading into the open and we'll see if we get anything that starts to squeeze up. We're looking for volatility. Whether you're long or short, we need volatility. So let's see if we find any today. So I'd say that's our game plan here. Reminder for those who have been tuning in on YouTube, as always, trading is risky and my results are not typical. And there's no guarantee you'll find success, whether you trade with me or you learn on your own. So make sure you practice as simulator before you put real money on the line and take it slow. We'll be back at it first thing tomorrow morning. And I hope you guys check out the coupon code SPOOKY40 to save 40% on the Warrior Pro All Access membership before we retire it in November. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you first thing tomorrow morning.